Hello everyone, welcome to English Now. We are talking about personal pronoun part 2. Full explanation will be there in the video. Part 1 of this chapter, personal pronoun, we have already discussed. The video is available, you can go and watch that. And after that, part 2 will be discussing in today's video. Video will be useful for English learners who are aiming for better fluency and any individual who's working on effective communication. This is going to be useful for them as well. So let's start the video with note number 2. We are going to discuss this. These are the afterwards points which we have discussed in the first part. After that, the remaining parts we are going to discuss in this video. So let's start it with note number 2, which says his is special. Now this word his is special. The word his is used in two ways, two different ways this word is used. It is used as an adjective and as a pronoun as well. When it is used as an adjective, so how it's used, let's talk about it. For example, this is his book. Adjective, we understand that it is used right before noun. So noun over here is book. Before this, we have used this word his. So over here, his is adjective. And as pronoun also this is used. This book is his. His is stands alone over here. That's why this is a pronoun. Simple way to understand is that my book over here, adjective, my adjective will be used because it comes right before noun, and mine, when we use this way, this will be pronoun because it stands alone. So this will be the rule. We understand? Let's talk about another point, which is gender in third person pronouns. So how to decide gender in third person pronouns? Let's talk about it. Third person pronouns have three genders. Masculine gender. With this, the pronoun we use is he, and with feminine gender we use the pronoun she. And we have another gender also, which is neuter gender. We use the pronoun it with this. Neuter gender is generally used for things which are non-living. So let's talk about this pronoun. Uses of it. We use it in many ways. There are so many ways that the word it, this pronoun, is used in. So we'll understand all these situations, all the conditions one by one. We use it for things that have no life. For example, take your book and keep it safe. We have used pronoun it in this example, and this pronoun it has been used for the noun book, which has no life. We use it for animals also when gender is not important to talk about animals. For example, the dog is cute. I like it. So the dog, now gender is not important to mention that dog. It's just that there's a dog. Whether that dog is male dog or female dog, that's not important. So we have used the pronoun it with it. We use it also for a small child. Again, when gender is not known or just not important. So let's understand this with example. The baby is crying. It is hungry. Now, suppose, imagine there is a baby laying on the bed and is crying. We're talking about the baby might be crying because it is hungry. We have used pronoun it because either gender is not known of the baby or simply it's just not important. What important is that baby is crying and he's hungry, or it is hungry. For a previous statement also, we use it. For example, he's wrong and he knows it. We have used pronoun it for the previous statement, which is he's wrong. So this pronoun it indicates the previous statement. So we use pronoun it in that case as well. We also use it as a temporary subject. Now subject, the real subject comes later, but we use it for temporary subject which is used in the starting of the sentence. It is easy to learn English. So we have used it, the pronoun over here, as temporary subject, which means to learn English is easy. Simple. It is easy to learn English. So it over here has been used as temporary subject. We also use it for emphasis, for emphasizing anything, or to stress something. When we want to say something, we want to pressurize something a little more, we use it in that case. For example, it was you who started the fight. So there was a fight happening and it happened because of you. So we're emphasizing over here that it was you. So there is emphasis, and hence the pronoun it has been used over here. We use pronoun it for weather or natural events as well, and in impersonal use. For example, it rains, it is cold. So rains, which is natural event, weather, which is cold. We have used the pronoun it in that case. We use it for time and weather also when we talk about indicating these things, time and weather. We use it in that case as well. For example, it is 10 o'clock. Now over here we are talking about time. It is 10 o'clock, or it is winter. We use it in that case. Now after talking about uses of it, we'll talk about another point, which is agreement of pronoun. When to use pronoun, how to use pronoun, we'll talk about that in this section. A pronoun must match the noun in number, as in singular or plural, gender and persons. So one by one we'll understand how to use it. When noun is singular, we have to use singular pronoun. When it's plural, we have to use plural pronoun, and for gender we have to use that kind of gender also. So we'll understand that with examples. Let's talk about it. Example is Ram is a good boy. He helps others. Now over here Ram is singular noun and masculine gender. So the pronoun we have used is he. Why he? Because he is also singular one in nature and is of masculine gender. So this particular word he better suits Ram. Now in the same way we have another example, which is Sita is kind, she studies well. Sita is feminine gender, she pronoun is also feminine gender. Sita is singular noun, so she is also singular pronoun. Now we have another example, which is the boys are lazy, they do not work. Now this is important. The boys, this is plural in number. This noun is plural in number, and the pronoun we have used, which is they, and that is also plural pronoun. So this we have to keep in mind. Now let's talk about collective nouns. When nouns are used as collective, how to use pronoun in that case? If we see the group as one unit, we use singular pronoun. So imagine there are a lot of people in a group, and to that entire group we are considering as one single unit. We have to use singular pronoun in that case. Let's understand this with example. The team did its work well. Now the team, suppose there's a cricket team that is made up of 11 players. There are 11 players in it, but we are considering those 11 players as one single unit. So we'll use in that case the pronoun its, which is singular pronoun. So we have used its. Hence this will be the team did its work well. Now if we see members as individuals, we have to use plural pronoun. So again, that cricket team, we are considering 11 members as individuals, we'll use plural pronoun for them. So for example, the team argued among themselves. Now the team, when we're talking about the team, it means 11 players, and each one of them we are considering as one single member. So there are a total of 11 members. So they have become plural now, and for that we'll use plural pronoun as well. Hence themselves has been used over here, VES, which is plural. The team argued among themselves. After this, let's talk about another point, which is rules with and. When and comes between two nouns, how to use pronoun in that case. Two singular nouns plus and. When this comes, we have to use plural pronoun. Two singular nouns. Now example we have Ram and Sham. Ram is singular noun, Sham is also singular noun, and with this in between comes and. So we have used plural pronoun they. Now let's talk about another situation where there is a same person, two names for one person, we have to use singular pronoun. There's a same person, okay? For example, the manager and owner. Even if and has been used over here, and there is manager on the one side and owner on the other, but this this person is just the same. There's a one person who's manager of, suppose there's a company, who's manager of the company, and he's the owner of the company as well. But that person is just the same. That is one person only. So we have used singular pronoun in that case, which is he. With each and every, we use singular pronoun. Each and every, we use singular pronoun. So let's understand this. Every student must do his or her work. So if we talk about his work, if we understand the gender of the person, if there are a lot of people and we're considering all of them are masculine, we'll use his, and if they're all feminine, female, we use her for that. Okay, but if we don't know their gender, there are a lot of people and men and women, all of them are sitting in that group, then we'll use their in that case to be gender neutral. Okay, now let's talk about another point, which is rules with or/nor. When or comes between two nouns, which pronoun do we use? Two similar nouns, we have to use singular pronoun. For example, Ram or Hari. Or has come in between, and the other sides have been given two different nouns, which is Ram and Hari. We have to use singular pronoun, which is he over here. Remember, with or we have to use singular pronoun, which is he. One singular noun and one plural noun. When this comes, we have to use plural pronoun. For example, manager, which is singular noun, and one plural noun, which is workers. Even if in between comes or, we have to consider this as plural, so we have used plural pronoun, which is they. Now next condition is different persons together. When different persons come together, so imagine which kind of pronoun we'll use. We'll use plural. We'll use first person plural, that is we. You and I, if that comes, we again use we. So after this, we'll talk about next point, which is good manners, order of words, how to use the words in which kind of order. We have to use you and I and not I and you. This is the correct order. You and I, and he and I, and not I and he. Remember, you and I and he and I. For example, you and I should work together. You and I, this is the correct order. These have been used as subject as well. Subject means doing the action, which is should work. Some work is happening and that is the action that's happening. Subject is doing, so you and I has been used in that case. So that was a subjective case. Now let's talk about accusative case or objective case. In that situation, we have to use the pronouns me, him, her, us, and them. Now here you have to be a little more attentive. Don't be confused. We don't have to use you and I, which is subjective kind of rule. The correct will be using you and me, the subjective, the objective form, and not the subjective one. You and I will be subjective form, and you and me will be the objective form. For example, this gift is for you and me. You and me we have used over here. Why me we have used? Because after a preposition like for, which is given over here, for you and me, preposition like for, to, with, between, we always use objective pronouns, which is me and not I, and you remains just the same, be it subjective case or objective case. But I, which is subjective case, changes to me in the objective form, objective case. So we have used you and me because there was a preposition for which had come over there. So we have another example. He invited my friend and me. So objective form me was used over there. Now after but, which one do we use? We have to use objective form. So let's talk about this with examples. Nobody helped me but him. Remember, whenever but comes, right after that the next clause starts, we always have to use the objective case pronouns, which is him. So that's why him has been used over here and not he. Nobody will support you but me. Right after but, we have to use objective pronoun, which is me and not I. When the verb is dropped, English naturally switches to object pronouns. So after but, the next clause that was starting, there was verb missing, verb was not there. So automatically we had to use objective pronoun over there, which was me. So let's not confuse this. That's why we have used both the situation with verb and without verb. So let's understand this. When he and I is correct, when there is verb given, for example, nobody helped me but he did. Now verb did has been given over here. That's why the subjective pronoun he has been used. Remember, verb is given, only then he will be used. Without verb, if in any clause verb is missing, we automatically have to use objective form of pronoun, which is him and me. For example, nobody helped me but him. After but, there is no verb given. That's why him was used. But followed by a noun or objective pronoun. So after but, we have to use objective pronoun. So accusative will be subject, subjective pronoun will be these, and objective will be those. So you can see, you can watch the video twice or thrice for even clearer concept. Now that's all for today's video. We'll meet again with a different topic in another video. Until then, take care and thank you for watching.